Hi everyone, welcome to my 24-25 week pregnancy update. This week has been pretty busy with my birthday was Thursday and then our baby shower is today. So I'm actually filming this right before the baby shower. So let's see if this is actually going to work out today. Baby is about the size of a Napa cabbage, about 14 inches long and 1.46 pounds the last time I checked on my app. And my symptoms for the past 2 weeks, if you haven't read my blog, last week my stomach was itching like crazy. Luckily this week it's not itching as bad as it was. I just started using more of my belly cream that I was using, which I use the Mio belly cream in case you're interested, and it actually helps a lot with the itching. And then my boobs were very sore last week. Luckily they aren't sore this week anymore. I thought that phase was over in the first trimester, but it wasn't. So they were really sore, but now they aren't, so I'm excited. And then I also went to my doctor's appointment last week, and I let her know that I was having a couple of like cramps. They weren't hurting, it was just, I just felt them in the lower part of my abdomen, and she told me that's actually round ligament pain still. I had round ligament pain earlier on in the first trimester, but it kind of went away, and so I guess it's starting to come back. And she said some people do feel round ligament pain off and on throughout their pregnancy, and I guess that's going to be me. So in the beginning of my pregnancy, I gained a lot of weight really fast. Well, in my opinion, I felt like it was really fast. My doctor said it was fine, but I thought it would like be gradual throughout the whole pregnancy, but it actually was not. And so I gained a lot more pounds earlier in my pregnancy, and then now it's starting to slow down a lot. So at this point I've gained about 18 pounds so far, and I actually didn't even gain anything from last week to this week, which I thought was pretty awkward. When I went to the doctor, she said the weight gain is still pretty normal, so I don't have anything to worry about. Baby sounded extremely healthy, so we didn't have to worry about that. I believe his heartbeat was 141 beats per minute, and then I'm still doing fine too. So that was a really good report from my doctor. I go back in 4 weeks. Unfortunately, it's going to be my glucose test. Anybody who knows me knows there's two things I dread about pregnancy, and that's for one, the glucose test, because I'm very nervous about that test. Hopefully it will go well. Diabetes does run in my family, and a lot of people have gotten it when they were pregnant. It's good to know, but I'm just dreading it, and I don't really want to take the sweet liquid. I've heard stories about that. Let you know how it is. Not really looking forward to it though. And then I'm also not a big fan of the epidural, which I don't knock it. I'm just not the biggest fan of needles, and the idea of a hollow needle going into my spine freaks me out. So those are the two things. I'm not even worried about labor pain because I have a high pain tolerance, but I know it's not going to be like easy breezy, but I'm going to try. Try to do it without the epidural. And those are the two things that freak me out about pregnancy, and one of them is coming up. And I guess it's about 2 weeks now. No, 3 weeks. So I'll let you know how that goes. About my moods though. This week I have been very snappy, which is weird because I've been in a really good mood lately. But it's only when I'm like doing something and I'm like concentrating on it, and it seems like I have to concentrate more on things because I'm like easily distracted right now. I think I just have a lot on my mind. Wonder why. And so I'll just be doing something and I'll just get short and snappy, like if somebody's like interrupting me, if I feel like it's what I'm doing is important. So that's been new. But other than that, I've been in a really good mood still. Um, yeah. And then last week, we finished our first like series of classes. Like the way they do it, the place that we're taking our classes is that like your first classes are like a series. Take those classes before you take other classes, so you decide whether or not you want to take more classes. We're going to take baby CPR classes and breastfeeding classes, but with this class is kind of like an introduction into everything, and I actually really like this class. You can learn how to swaddle, change diapers, all those things, which was actually pretty fun. Breathing techniques, and then about like if you want to do like a natural birth, if you want to have an epidural, the pros and cons of those. It was just really informational for us, and we really enjoyed it. So debating on whether or not to take class, I would look for a class, like a general class that goes over not just one thing but several things, so you can get like a full introduction, and hopefully with somebody who's actually very knowledgeable, who can answer all your questions that you have, which is always good to ask your doctor, where sometimes you just don't think of certain questions until somebody goes over certain types of information. And so it's good, like when they bring up information, to be able to ask them at that time. So now a little bit from the pregnancy app. Nubs is becoming increasingly viable as her lungs continue to develop. She won't let you forget she is there and growing at this point, so you'll feel a lot of kicking around now. You may now also experience some new unsavory symptoms like gas, constipation, and hemorrhoids. So about that, it was suggested to me early on in my pregnancy that, especially if you see any change, or you can even start from the very beginning, to take fiber. And my doctor told me Metamucil, Citacel, those were safe to take. So just take those. And I haven't had any problems with hemorrhoids or constipation, so I would suggest that if you are, or you might be afraid that you might. Nub's hair is thickening just like yours, and she probably has a hair color by now, though you can't see it, and it could easily change after she is born. Nub's nostrils are starting to open up, and the air sacs and lungs continue to develop, priming her to breathe air in just a couple of short months. Because she is producing surfactant, she has an increasing likelihood of surviving a preterm birth at this point. Nub's loving her new sense of balance, and she can now tell which way is up and which way is down, and is using her talent to rotate herself towards the position she would be in during birth. Head down and feet up. She is now about 14 inches tall, the size of a cabbage, and weighs close to 2 pounds. As you approach the third trimester, it's time for the more unsavory symptoms of pregnancy to begin to manifest, including gas, constipation, and hemorrhoids. Over half of pregnant women experience hemorrhoids because of their uterus pressing down on veins in the rectum. Kegels and maintaining regularity may help to prevent them. Gas is common and harder to control than it normally would be, as pregnancy tends to slow down your gastrointestinal tract because of all the extra progesterone in your system. Gas can also be getting worse now, in particular because of the size of your uterus has grown and is putting some pressure on your abdominal cavity. Gas is inevitable for many women, but pay attention to your diet. Avoid fried foods, carbonated drinks, and any food you notice is particularly triggered. You should also take care to hydrate and eat slowly and chew thoroughly. So it also goes a lot into hemorrhoids. And it says it'll leave your body aching. These aches can be hard to avoid entirely, and a good way to help you during this time is to exercise, load up on fruits and vegetables. And during this time, it is suggested to start bending with your knees instead of bending over to pick things up, because it's a simple motion like this can put a lot of extra strain on your back with the special extra passenger you have on board. Try to relax as much as you can. Take warm baths and see if you can't get your partner to give you a massage. A calm and relaxed pregnancy is the best way to deliver a healthy baby. So again, that's the Ovia app if you want to download it. Oh, and now I'm going to let you see my belly. So this is it from the front. From this side, let's see. And sit. So that's about it for this video. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to see more. I will be doing a video on my baby shower or a baby shower haul, so make sure you stay tuned for that. I'm pretty excited to see how it turns out, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!